So one big thing is nobody has submitted a sharing of interaction with children. And interacting with children is a skill important not only for those who plan to get married and have 10 children, but even otherwise. I mean, even if you don't want to marry, don't want to have children, that still may be handy. That may still be useful. So the challenge is that how do we find children who are going to listen to your boring story and let you record it also? तो इसका solution क्या हो सकता है? So let us talk a little bit about that. Um, so starting with Vinayak. Vinayak, how can any one of you find a group of children to listen to their story? 3
So
बच्चे 4 बच्चे मिल सकते हैं क्या इस दुनिया में, इस देश में?
yes, like probably if you go to the nearby parks where there are playground area for children, there you can do it. Or say like 3:30 or 4 o'clock, when the schools are over, you can stand near the school and there you can talk to some children.
Is it possible that somebody might object? Some parent who is hanging around here might say, "How dare you tell us your story to my child?"
Yeah, there uh, there 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 are people who will object. We can't do anything. We have to just smile, and we have to just leave that place, because we can't force anybody uh, to hear to our story.
Very true. Very true. So, what are other workarounds for this problem? Let me invite Yatharth Sharma. यथार्थ,
यस सर।
इस समस्या का क्या समाधान है? हमें 2 3 4 बच्चे हमारी कहानी सुनने के लिए कैसे मिल सकते हैं?
कैसे मिल सकते हैं? हम्म सर, I had a very good idea about it, so which I want to implement myself. So in US or somewhere, I have seen this on Instagram and all, where people just sit with a table and chair and they just put a board in front of the table that if anyone wants to speak, if anyone wants to talk to them, or you they are welcome to just sit with us and have a conversation. So this I want to implement myself, do it myself. So yeah, this is
You can put on the table a jar full of Cadbury chocolates, small ones.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So
And acha, so let me go around this group and brainstorm more ideas, because TOPG is not just about speaking better, it's also about thinking better, thinking laterally, problem solving, day-to-day problem solving, thinking through a problem. So let us, give a free rein to our head and come up with more ideas. How can we get children to listen to us? Let me invite now Rusha. Rusha, what is your opinion on this? How can we deal with this problem?
Well, uh, I think maybe like if we can start with people that we know, so like children from our neighborhood or like from our families. So like we can like ask them to like come and play at our place, and maybe then we can sort of strike up a conversation, maybe a storytelling a session, because like here like also people go for part-time storytelling at bookstores and stuff. But then again, like like if we don't want to go there either, maybe like also at home. So yeah, like I have actually been planning this, because like this week, like it wasn't possible for a few reasons, but like I have actually invited a few kids next week. So I'll be doing that then. So yeah.
Very good. The important word which she used was children from our own families. So if you have, even a one child in your extended family, your brother's son or your sister's son, any child in your family, you should certainly start your adventure from that child. You can talk to that child and say, which class do you study in? When is your birthday? Your birthday is after 6 months. Suppose we celebrate your birthday tomorrow. How will that be? I'll bring a box full of sweets and you invite all your classmates. We'll have a mock birthday, but with real sweets. So you can rope in that child. That child might invite, a couple of his friends. And remember, for this exercise, you don't have to have 30 children. 4, 5 is enough. So that is one idea that you start with the children from in within your own extended family and build up on that. I said, well, now let me invite Dhruv. He lives in a big colony, and but I know culture in colonies is very different. Privacy is a big thing there, and people don't talk unless they are properly introduced. Dhruv, how will you handle this problem? Dhruv, can you hear me?
Oh, sorry. My internet froze.
Okay,
It
but have you
just
heard
came
the
back
question?
and it was silent. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so like one thing that I've tried before is there's a Rotary Club here in Powai, in Mumbai. So like they used to have, at least before COVID, and I'm not sure if they still have it, but like a weekly class on Sundays or Saturdays. So yeah, so I used to go there, and there would be like 30 or 40 kids, just like
30, 40 is a huge.
I mean, there was a teacher. Yeah, no,
I
there there was a teacher, like a volunteer teacher. So I was kind of helping him, like just yeah, just work with the kids, talk with the kids. So that was a fun kind of thing. So yeah, so like some nonprofits kind of have these like after school or weekend clubs or whatever, or classes you can teach or just talk to kids there.
So this also can be a very good idea, as you mentioned, that if there's any local NGO or any such social work organization in your neighborhood, if you can strike a friendship with the teacher and then tell the teacher कि कल मेरे दादाजी की 12वीं बरसी है उनके देहांत की और अपने दादाजी की याद में मैं ये मिठाई का डब्बा बच्चों को खिलाना चाहता हूँ और खिलाने के पहले मैं उन्हें दादाजी की एक कहानी सुनाना चाहता हूँ और मैं चाहता हूँ कि टीचर को आप कह सकते हैं कि और आप इसको रिकॉर्ड करें मेक अप सम स्टोरी मेक अप सम बिलीवेबल स्टोरी make up some good tear jerking story and sell it to the teacher, then go to the class, and believe me, a box of sweets can do a lot of miracles. There was uh, uh, a writer in Missouri. I just can't get his name right now. uh, Martin. He was Anglo-Indian actually, and he used to write very good children's stories. I can't get his name right now. But he was the guy who wrote a flight of pigeons.
Was
Uh,
it Ruskin Bond क्या?
हाँ, थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू सो मच। धन्य हो। अगर अगर विकास रंगा ना होते आज तो बस मेरी इज्जत खतरे में थी। तो रस्किन बॉन्ड के बारे में कहानी ये है कि he used to write very good children's stories. And actually, I met him also through a common friend. One of my mentor was Cyril Raphael, and Cyril Raphael was on very good terms with Ruskin Bond. So one day, Cyril took me along, and I said, "Let's go and talk to Ruskin Bond." I said, "What? Will he entertain us? Will we be allowed to enter his house in Masuri? He said, "Arey, aa जाओ, कोई बात नहीं." So both of us went and we had a good time with him. And I found that Ruskin Bond was a very accessible person. He lived like a ordinary Indians, and his home was always open. And he never married, didn't have children, so he had adopted a local family, a local poor family. So that family stayed with him, and it was like like he was like the patriarch of this family. So then I discovered, then somebody told me that one of the secrets of Ruskin Bond is this: that every few days he'll celebrate somebody's birthday and bring a box full of sweets and invite all the kids in the neighborhood. And then he'll put that box of sweets somewhere there on the table and sit in a corner and just watch. So kids will come. One will take the charge of distributing the sweets. The other one will take the the control of law and order. That you should not grab somebody else's sweets. There should not be fight. And so he will just make a note of all this, and all this will be used in his next book, next story. So a box of sweets can give you a lot of interesting data and a lot of interesting opportunities also. Okay, now let me invite Arjun. Arjun already has got a child in his home, so I think Arjun has got a unfair advantage over some of us. Over to Arjun. How will you do this?
Sir, first of all, a very good evening to you and to everyone, sir. Uh, Sir, I think that as you said, and as few of the members have already pointed out, I think starting with family would be a good way where you could invite a few of the kids and then maybe, tell them a joke first and then tell them a story. And also, if there is any nearby sort of this NGO or there is a place for the orphans, which I'm sure that you will be able to find orphanages. That would be a fantastic way of meeting the kids and not just meeting them for finishing our task, but to make it a sort of a regular habit and to meet them more often. That would be fantastic.
Very good. Very true, Arjun. Thank you so much for reminding us that our purpose should be bigger than just finishing a task. Getting to know children, getting to know other people, getting to know how children live in an orphanage or how children survive in a slum. We, maybe we can't change their life, but certainly we can spend some quality time with them once in a while.
Very true. Very true.
And a once in lifetime also, it is something worth trying. So thank you so much. Um, Now let me invite Sanjay Jha, Sanjay Oझा. संजय, आप कैसे करेंगे? आप इस समस्या को कैसे हल करेंगे?
गुड इवनिंग ऑल ऑफ यू। मैंने सर मतलब अपना मेरा भांजा है, मैंने उसको बुलाने की कोशिश की थी, क्योंकि ना वो जब आता है तो नेबरहुड में बच्चे हैं वो जल्दी आ जाते हैं, लेकिन वो शायद उसकी तबीयत खराब हो गई तो वो नहीं आ पाया। तो मैं कोशिश करूंगा कि मैं उसके वहां जाऊं और वहां वीडियो बनाऊं।
बहुत अच्छा। रजत धाकड़, आपका क्या टेक है?
गुड इवनिंग सर एंड ऑल ऑफ यू। मेरा ये है कि सर इसका एक सॉल्यूशन है, एसएचजी मीटिंग। तो हम जब स्टैंडर्ड टॉक करते हैं तो वहाँ पे काफ़ी बार फैमिली होती हैं, तो वहाँ पे हमें उनको अपनी भाषा शैली को इतनी अच्छे से प्रयोग करना है कि वो कन्विंस हो जाएं और हम उनके कुछ लेके जाएं, तो वो शायद हमें वो टास्क वहाँ पे कंप्लीट हो जाएगा और ओवरऑल वो हमारे लिए भी और उनके लिए भी, दोनों के लिए अवेयरनेस होगा सर।
बिल्कुल ठीक है। तो
थैंक
किसी
यू
पार्क
सर।
में अगर बच्चे खेल रहे हैं और उस पार्क में अगर आप रोज जाते हैं, तो एक संभावना ये हो सकती है कि आप, इफ यू गो विद ए बॉक्स ऑफ स्वीट्स एंड से टू द चिल्ड्रन कि खेल खत्म करके या खेल रोक के आओ मिठाइयाँ खाओ, मगर मिठाई खाने के पहले एक कहानी सुननी है और एक मुझे वीडियो बनाना है बच्चों के साथ। हाँ, मगर इन सब चीजों में आपको ख्याल रखना पड़ेगा। अगर आपकी उम्र मेरे बराबर है, मेरी शक्ल मेरी जैसी है, तो लोग आपको बच्चा चोर भी समझ सकते हैं। अजीब अजीब बातें होती है कई बार ना कि यू आर मिस्टेकन फॉर ए चाइल्ड थीफ। सो so take care of all those things, rule out all those possibilities, and then then take a step। क्योंकि मैं इसलिए इस बात पे जोर दे रहा हूँ क्योंकि बच्चों के साथ कम्युनिकेशन एक बहुत ही स्पेशल अनुभव है। वाई? बिकॉज चिल्ड्रन आर ऑलवेज themselves। They are not putting on airs and graces. They are not trying to please anyone. So the way they are, they behave like that and talk like that, and that can be infectious in the sense that when you're talking to them, you may also drop your defenses and might become a child, and that can be a very wonderful kind of communication। I mean, I've seen children asking me upfront, "ऐसे क्यों बोलते हो?" And then you tell them, देखो मैं ऐसे इसलिए बोलता हूँ क्योंकि पहली बार मैं अच्छा नहीं बोल पाया ना, तो मैंने दोबारा बोला। So children will ask you all kind of questions straight from the hip, as they say, na, shooting straight from the hip. They are not taking aim; they are shooting from the hip, and then you also have to respond in the same fashion, in the same manner, and that generates a kind of intense communication which can rarely be duplicated in in our workaday situation, or talking with adults, or talking to a shopkeeper, or talking to the kele wala, as Rajat has been doing for a long time। He always goes to a fruit seller। रजत, झूठ तो नहीं बोल रहा हूँ मैं? आप फल वालों के पास अक्सर जाते हैं।
हाँ सर, एक्चुअली वहाँ पे मैं 2-3 दिन में जाता रहता हूँ।
तो मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि थोड़ी सी वैरायटी हो जाएगी। आपने फल वालों से बात कर ली, अजनबियों से बात कर ली, होटल बुकिंग वालों से बात कर ली, सबसे कर लिया। अब थोड़ा बच्चों के साथ भी करिए, बहुत मजा आएगा। और उसको रिकॉर्ड कर पाए तो बहुत मजा आ जाएगा, और भी अच्छा है। तो लेट मी क्विकली फाइंड आउट from Madhurima, how will she handle this problem? Because I want you to get ready for this challenge. I want you to plan it properly, and then do it, rather than randomly catching hold of some child and telling him a half-baked story. Okay, over to Madhurima. Madhurima, how will you do this?
Yes, sir. So, good evening. Yes, and like when I travel by train, so there are many children there. Like often I make funny faces to like get their attention, and they just look at me uh, curiously. So maybe this time I can try and try to go to them and talk with them about their like children have different stories to share. So maybe I can just go and uh, listen to their stories, and then can tell my own story, so that I can do.
This is also a very good idea, asking them about their stories. I mean, you can start the whole discussion by asking questions about their own day-to-day experiences.
Yes.
You can ask them that all of you are playing. Why don't you include this other child? Why is he sitting to one side? Then they might tell you कि वो ऐसा करता है, वो वैसा करता है, वो ऐसे नहीं खेलता। Then you can ask him कि क्या बाकी सब बच्चे बहुत अच्छा खेलते हैं? So this is how you can make it a dialogue rather than one-sided storytelling event. So think about it with a very open mind, At the end of the day, I want you to have a very good communicative experience with children, a very good dialogue with children. I've seen many stammerers who have a kind of phobia about children. I know one stammerer who used to come to me. He used to say, बाउंसिंग मैं किसी के साथ भी कर लूंगा, रिक्शे वाले के साथ मैं बाउंसिंग कर लूंगा, मैं अपने बॉस के साथ प्रोलॉन्गेशन कर लूंगा, मगर बच्चों के सामने करने को मुझे मत कहना। क्योंकि बच्चे स्पॉन्टेनियसली रिस्पॉन्ड करते हैं, and sometimes they might say things which may be very hurtful to our adult ego, but the whole idea is just that we are able to come out of that mindset. If child imitates you and says तुम ऐसे क्यों बोल रहे हो, so then that is a wonderful opportunity for you to explain stammering to him, and also to have a little fun at your own self and realize that the way you talk is really funny. Somebody said that sign of a mature mind is ability to laugh at oneself. If you can't laugh at your own self, then it means that something is is lacking in your wisdom. So this can be easily done in the company of children. Okay, let me now invite Ankit. Ankit, आप कैसे करेंगे? आपके शहर में बच्चे हैं, मोहल्ले में पास,
Yes, sir.
परिवार में बच्चे हैं?
Good evening, everyone. And sir, मैं थोड़ा सा लेट ज्वाइन हुआ था, तो मैंने अच्छे से क्वेश्चन नहीं सुना, तो आप एक बार हल्के से रिपीट कर दोगे?
हाँ, क्वेश्चन ये है अंकित कि अभी जो आपको कोर टास्क जो दिया था लास्ट वीक ना, जो अभी तक किसी ने किया नहीं है, वो कोर टास्क यही है कि छोटे बच्चों को कहानी सुनाना है, उसको रिकॉर्ड कर लेना, ऑडियो या वीडियो जो भी संभव है।
ओके ओके
तो
ओके
ये करना मुझे लग रहा है मुश्किल ये आ रही है लोगों को कि उनको बच्चे नहीं मिल रहे हैं। तो मैं जानना चाहता हूँ आप ये कैसे करेंगे, आप बच्चों को कहाँ से लाएंगे, कैसे बच्चे इकट्ठा करेंगे?
हाँ, तो वैसे तो मेरी फैमिली में भी है, मेरे भांजा और भांजी आए हुए हैं, बट उनसे तो मैं डेली बात ही करता हूँ, तो मैं चाहूंगा कि मतलब मैं पार्क में जाके वीडियो बनाऊं। मतलब मैं ना पहले भी पार्क में जाता था, ऑलमोस्ट मैं डेली बेस पे जाता था। तो मैंने एक चीज नोटिस की थी कि बच्चे खुद ही मतलब मेरे से बोलते थे, मतलब मेरे को नहीं पता कि क्या मतलब कुछ एक ऐसा हो रहा है या कुछ भी है, मतलब बच्चे खुद ब खुद ही आके बोलते थे। मतलब मैं उनको बहुत अच्छे से ट्रीट भी करता था, शायद इस वजह से। तो आई गेस मतलब मैं शायद ये मतलब मैं वो पार्क में जाके इस टास्क को करना चाहूंगा। और सर, मैं एक चीज और भी बोलना चाहूंगा, जैसे जैसे कि आपने बोला कि अगर हम कुछ भी खाने का देंगे उनको या मतलब कुछ भी देंगे, तो बहुत बार डाउट होता है। मतलब पेरेंट्स बोल के भेजते हैं कि हाँ, मतलब कुछ भी कोई दे तो खाने का, खाना नहीं। तो हम उनकी जगह उनको एक पेन भी दे सकते हैं, मतलब पेन या कुछ भी मतलब पेंसिल भी दे सकते हैं।
बहुत बढ़िया है, बहुत बढ़िया, ठीक कह रहे हैं। ये सच बात है
यस।
कि अजनबियों के हाथ से खाना खाना जो है वो आजकल बहुत
हम्म।
रिस्की। तो ये एक
हाँ।
अच्छा है ये कि उनको हम पेंसिल का एक सेट लेकर जाएं या पेन
हम्म।
का सेट लेके जाएं, रबर वगैरह कुछ लेकर जाएं जो बच्चे के काम का हो। ये बहुत अच्छा
हाँ
आइडिया, वेरी गुड।
हाँ, उसमें शायद उनको डाउट भी नहीं होगा, उसमें उनको कोई प्रॉब्लम भी नहीं होगी।
और उनके काम भी आएगा स्कूल
हाँ
में।
हाँ, उनके बिल्कुल। तो
तो
यस सर, थैंक
वेरी गुड, थैंक यू सो मच। सो क्विकली, किसी का और कोई फीडबैक है अभी तक टीओपीजी को लेके? कोई सुझाव, कोई समस्या, कोई फीडबैक,
Yeah.
सम सजेशन? हाँ बोलिए।
So there was one problem that I have observed with regard to talking with children. Like they sometimes start they sometimes start to imitate uh, the way we are speaking. So like they can develop stammering because of that, right? Like there are some people in no, like there are some people in our group who told that they started to stammer because they started to uh, they started they that they had started to imitate somebody. So they started because of that.
A child who develops stammering through imitation is the child who has got genetic potential for stammering. If that genetic potential is not there, no amount of imitation is going to cause stammering. Because think of the comedians in Bollywood. There are so many comedians who do a lot of stammering in the movies as comedy. Has any one of them ever sort of complained, अबे यार उस मूवी के बाद तो मुझे हकलाने की समस्या हो गई है? गोलमाल 3 देखी थी? गोलमाल 3 में खूब स्टैमरिंग की है कॉमेडियन ने. तो दे नेवर सॉर्ट ऑफ डेवलप स्टैमरिंग. उसकी वजह ये है कि स्टैमरिंग हैज गॉट ए the real cause is genetic. Unless you've got that genetic potential, you will not develop stammering. In my family, we were three brothers, one sister, and we had an uncle. And all four of us interacted with that uncle. And I don't remember if we ever imitated him or not. But even if we all of us did, how is it that only two of us became stammerers and the other two did not? Why? Because they did not have genetic potential. So this is a very superficial uh, understanding or superficial attempt to correlate things which are really not correlated. Through imitation, you do not become stammerer. It's like by imitating some Japanese people, you cannot learn Japanese language. So, so therefore, you need more than imitation. And that more than imitation is genetic potential. Unless you've got those genes, you will not develop stammering. So, but on the other hand, the challenge for you would be to remain calm when they are imitating you, and that can be is a huge training for us. That is a huge test of our acceptance. So that way, I think we should look at the whole experience, look at the whole exercise. That I am educating children, and they will be training me into deeper acceptance. ओके नाउ एक्सेप्टेंस की बात हम कर रहे हैं तो मुझे एक बात और ख्याल आ गई. Many of us are very fond of affirmations. Every second day I find somebody in TISA group shares affirmations are very good and we should use affirmation. But how come affirmation doesn't really work for many people? Why is it not effective? What could be the reasons? So everyone think about it. Why does affirmation not help average person? Suppose I am a poor man and I keep on affirming, I am fine. I lack nothing. I will attract money. It will come to me. Or affirmation could be about other things, I'm a calm person, I'm a peaceful person. In my heart, there are a lot of worries, but I'm using these affirmations. So what do you think is the problem? Let me invite Vikas Ranjan. Vikas, what do you think? Why does affirmation not work?
Uh, so sir, what I think that affirmation will not work if we will not take action, and so that's one of the thing. And still, I feel it in a way. It's still better to keep doing affirmation because something is better than nothing. And as the mind will keep getting that feed for days and say for months, then our mindset can be tuned towards that goal, and there's a very high chances that we can start to take actions also.
Very correct. Thank you so much, Vikas. I agree with you. Over to Rusha. Rusha, what is your uh, experience with affirmations?
Well, I like agree to what Mr. Ranga just said. And I also feel like that there is an element of belief. So, like, if you do not believe in what you are saying, for instance, if I say that I am a stutterer, but it does not matter, I will just go and speak. So, like, I can say this at home when there is like no situation to actually sort of challenge me, right? But then if I just go to a conference and there do it, if I don't really believe it, I don't think that I would be able to, go there, because like I have had this like experience myself. So like the first paper which I had uh, presented in a conference was back in 2019. And back then my stutter was very bad, so like I had absolutely stopped speaking. I would not open up, no one knew me. So I had taken this challenge, and like in the morning, I like my mom said that you will be able to do it, don't worry. And I was like, yes, I will be able to do it. But in the evening before the conference, I threw up. Okay, in the washroom, I was throwing up and I just could not do it. And I think back then I did not really believe what I was saying to myself. So there's this one thing. And like action is definitely something. So in like Gen X lingos, we say something like delulu is the solulu, which means delusions are solutions. So I guess if you tell yourself something constantly, I guess it sort of motivates you into action as
Thank you.
well.
Thank you so much. संजय ओझा, आप क्या सोचते हैं?
सर मेरा मानना है कि ना जैसे मेरे केस में मैं थोड़ा अपने ऊपर ज़्यादा क्रिटिकल रहता हूँ, ज़्यादा क्रिटिसाइज करता हूँ अपने आप को। और या मतलब जैसे पब्लिक में जाके वीडियो बनाना मेरे लिए डिफिकल्ट था, तो सर मैं विजुअलाइजेशन टेक्निक का ज़्यादा यूज़ करता हूँ और कोशिश करता हूँ इमोशन के साथ फील करूँ, और कोशिश करता हूँ मैं इसमें छोटे छोटे स्टेप लूँ। तो जब मैं छोटे छोटे स्टेप लेता हूँ तो अपना सेल्फ टॉक को थोड़ा अवेयर रखता हूँ, कहीं मैं नेगेटिव तो नहीं हूँ। उसको मैं ऐसा अवेयर करने की कोशिश करता हूँ कि मैं उसको एनर्जाइज ना करूँ, वहीं पे वो डिलूज हो जाए, तो वो उतना क्रिटिकल में होता नहीं हूँ। तो मुझे लगता है एक तो एक्शन लेना और सेल्फ अवेयर में थोड़ा सा अवेयर रहना और विजुअलाइजेशन टेक्निक का थोड़ा यूज करना कभी मेरे लिए काम करता है, कभी नहीं करता, लेकिन
वो तो होगा, वो तो होगा। इससे it needs lot of repetition. Not every repetition will give you the same result. But as Vikas said, परफेक्ट इम्परफेक्ट जैसा भी एफर्मेशन अगर हम करते रहेंगे तो सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में घुस जाएगा।
हाँ सर,
मैं
मैं
एक
इसमें
बात
हाँ 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 सर, मैं
हाँ,
लास्ट
एक और
बात,
बात
हाँ ये बात
हाँ,
बोलना चाहता था कि मतलब इम्पोर्टेंट ये नहीं होता ना कि हमारे बारे में कौन क्या कह रहा है, ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट होता है कि हम अपने अपने आप से क्या बात कर रहे हैं, क्या बोल रहे हैं।
very good. So thank you so much, all of you. I just want to add one more idea to this. In my opinion, in my experience, I've seen that those affirmations work fine for me, which have come out of my own mind and heart, rather than uh, using somebody else's affirmation. It's like if I can customize the thought to my needs and my situations, my temperament, my emotional need, then that thought resonates well with me. इसके बजाय when I put on my audio and listen to the wonderful affirmations from Jason Stevenson or these big people who make these very good audio scripts for affirmations, all that is fine, but but my heart resonates much better with my own lines which I come up on my own. So for example, in the morning, this morning I had a lot of worries bubbling up in my head. तब क्या होगा, ऐसा हो गया तब क्या करोगे, all kind of all kind of bad scenarios. And suddenly a thought came into my mind which and I'm sure I must have read it somewhere, but it came to my mind that I have a mother. I need not worry. I'm not a beggar. I won't ask her for anything. Something like this came to my mind. I have a mother, so I don't need to worry. And my mother knows all my needs, so I don't have to behave like a beggar all the time, asking for this. Give me a little of this. Give me a little of that. So yeah, so when I repeated this thought a couple of times in my head, I felt very calm, and all my worries went away. So what I'm trying to say is this: that sometime we should pick up a pen and paper and write our own affirmation, and then repeat it, because you are the best judge of your situation in life. Your situation in life, what you need to do. It also you are also are the best judge uh, about uh, uh, about the trajectory of your life so far, where you have come from and where you are headed. And so, therefore, your own line would be a better affirmation to practice. So, we are going to divide in small groups. We'll go to breakout rooms. You have to write your own. I hope everybody has got pen and paper. If not, you can write in your cell phone also. Write 5 affirmations. You don't have to share it with anyone unless you want to. You'll be in a group. You can, if you want to discuss, you can discuss among yourself. If you want to share your affirmations with each other, even that is fine. But it is not. But it's totally optional. If you want to keep it to yourself, it's totally fine. So the whole idea is this: that you should come up with 5 statements which resonate with you, and they can be about any sphere of life. It can be about communication. It can be about relationships. It can be about your temperamental issues, moods, anger, impatience, those things. So, so we'll do it for maybe 8 or 9 minutes, and then we will have a group meditation.
Sir, I had a doubt. I wanted to ask what is the difference between affirmations and motivational talks that people give? Because
I,
I listen to motivational talks and that helps me. So is that same as affirmation or is it different from what affirmations are?
uh, motivational talk is given by A to B, but affirmation is where you are repeating it to yourself, and it's always in present tense. It's not about one day I will crack this exam. No, it's about I am fine, I'm doing well, I prepared well. Something. So it's all about in present moment. So, for example, you are in an interview and you have stammered a couple of times and you're feeling very fidgety and anxious. Then you can say, I'm fine. I've just stammered. That's okay. I'll get ready for the next question. So it's a kind of self-talk. Self-talk and affirmations, they are almost one and same thing. They come very close, especially if it is a positive self-talk. Self-talk can sometimes be very critical, self-critical also. That the moment you stammer, your head says, "देखा कर दिया ना गड़बड़." तो वो नेगेटिव सेल्फ टॉक है. But positive self talk, yeah, affirmation would be, I just stammered. That is but who I am, and it's not a crime. I am fine. I am doing well. I'll pay attention to the next question, and I'll take a couple of breaths, and I'll pause. Something like this. तो 5 स्टेटमेंट आपको लिखना. तो मैं 4 ब्रेकआउट रूम में बांट दिया है. सब रूम में कुछ कुछ लोग हैं. तो you all can join the room.
Sir, I'll join room number.
हाँ, तुम ज्वाइन कर लो विकास. 4 में ज्वाइन कर लो चाहो तो.
Okay, ठीक है.
बाहर जाने में और बात करने में बहुत ज़्यादा दिक्कत होती थी। लेकिन मैं 1 महीने से 5 10 मिनट डेली करता था, मतलब उसमें ये नहीं सोचता था कि मैं फ्लुएंट बोल रहा हूँ, बस मैं बात कर पा रहा हूँ। मुझे ना वो चीज़ ने बहुत हेल्प की। लेकिन कभी करती है कभी नहीं करती, ये मतलब ये तो है। ये
Got it, got it. Vikas, have you have any experience with affirmations, and what is your experience with affirmations?
Uh, I feel it makes mindset positive, and that's what is well, it's like, the best example of it is the dialogue from Three Idiots movie. All is well, all is well, all is well. So that's what I have felt it. And the one thing which stops usually of not doing is when we do not have awareness that what our thoughts are going on, as we are too, like, our headspace is too clouded. And maybe for that, I think it's good to take small breaks in between and keep adding meditation in our routine. So that's what I have realized with me.
It's like, I think what I just imagined an example that when we stammer and we have like practiced affirmations and all, when we stammer, uh fell, we sort of fall into a box of negative thoughts, and affirmation is something that can pull us from that box of negativity and put us in a box of positivity. But yeah, of course, for that we need that focus, that awareness that someone wants to pull us out of it. So we need to, at the end, we need to grab that rope of affirmation.
Yeah. It is.
Hmm.
So should we share uh the kind of affirmations that we want to do, like, more of a real affirmations that we want to do? Sanjay?
हाँ, बस मुझे लगता है मेरे केस में तो जैसे कि
नहीं नहीं नहीं, मेरा मेरा पहले सवाल ये था कि डू यू रियली वांट टू शेयर, मतलब कोई फोर्स नहीं है,
हाँ, नहीं
बिकॉज
सर,
इट
कोई
इट
कोई मुझे नहीं है, कोई कोई इशू
पर्सनल
नहीं है।
भी हो
हाँ,
सकती
और
है।
अभी जो मैं प्रैक्टिस कर रहा हूँ ना, वो बस मैं यही प्रैक्टिस कर रहा हूँ, आपको सच बताऊं कि एक टेड टॉक का सेटअप है और वहां बस मैं बोल रहा हूँ। बस मैं यही करता हूँ, मुझे नहीं पता इसके अलावा मैं कुछ कर रहा हूँ अभी। बस मेरा यही है कि मैं लोगों के सामने बात कर पा रहा हूँ। मैंने कभी कभी देखा है कि मैं उसमें भी हकलाता हूँ कभी कभी, लेकिन मैं मुस्कुरा रहा हूँ और बोल पा रहा हूँ और अच्छे से बोल पा रहा हूँ। तो मैं अभी हाल फिलहाल यही करता हूँ, ये है। बाकी मेरा ना आप दोनों से एक सवाल था कि मतलब मैंने अभी इस हफ्ते लोगों से बात की, तो मेरे यहाँ लोग है ना बहुत स्टैमरिंग को ना कॉन्फिडेंस से जोड़ देते हैं कि यार तुम में थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस की कमी है। मतलब ऐसा, मतलब आपने भी सुना है क्या किसी से?
चलो, पहले जवाब या यथार्थ देंगे।
या मैंने भी बिल्कुल सुना है ऐसा, एंड I mean, they are not totally wrong too, to be honest. We can't say that it is not completely wrong that हमारा confidence बिल्कुल सही है और we can talk in front of anyone. But ये चीज और जो नॉन स्टैमरर्स है उनके साथ भी ये प्रॉब्लम है कि उनका भी कॉन्फिडेंस हमेशा बिल्कुल टॉप नॉच नहीं होता है. So I have also experienced that, and one thing I usually do is that मैं with a smile you can say that नहीं, confidence का कोई सीन नहीं है, and it is just how we speak, it just our accent is different. So first we have to accept it that not everyone knows everything about stammering, and of course, because they have seen it from movies and they have seen it from different sources, which uh they haven't interacted with stammerers, और उन्होंने जिनके साथ किया है उनका लैक होता होगा confidence. So we have to accept it first, that okay, and then we can just say to them that it's not the confidence part that is lacking, it's just the habit.
Thank you. यथार्थ फॉर शेयरिंग। तो मेरे व्यूज ना कुछ कुछ ऐसे हैं कि व्हेन वी स्टैमर, यदि हम वो एक छोटा सा मोमेंट देखें जिसमें हमने कुछ वर्ड्स पर स्टैमर किया, तो उस मोमेंट में कॉन्फिडेंस डाउन तो चला जाता है। एंड और ये चीज़ें वैसी है कि कॉन्फिडेंस जब डाउन जाता है ना, यूजली ज़्यादातर लोगों को वो फेस से सेंस हो जाता है। और मतलब देन आई फील कि वी नीड टू वर्क ऑन दैट, कि जब वो स्टैमर है ना, तो वो जस्ट स्टैमर ही रहे बाहर से देखने वाला, लेकिन माइंडसेट और जो फीलिंग वैसी रहे कि जिसमें वी आर फुल ऑफ को कॉन्फिडेंट। तो वो एक काफ़ी बड़ी आदत चेंज है जो करनी होगी। एंड जैसे आई रियलाइज्ड वन थिंग एज वेल, कि वॉइस जितनी लाउड रहती है ना, तो फिर लाउड वॉइस सीम्स टू बी कि इस बंदे में को कॉन्फिडेंस है। तो मे बी व्हाट वी शुड ट्राई टू डू, कि जहाँ पर ज़रूरत हो, मान लो कोई मीटिंग है, कि जब तक हम नहीं बोल रहे हैं तो नहीं बोल रहे हैं, लेकिन जब बोलने का टर्न आए, देन वी शुड स्पीक विद लाउड वॉइस। एंड क्योंकि हमें यूजुअली 5 6 या 10 12 लाइन्स ही बोलनी रहती है, यदि बहुत सारे लोग हैं तो, क्योंकि सभी को बोलना है। तो वैसे में यदि हमने 10 12 लाइंस बोली, और वहाँ पर यदि 5 6 ब्लॉक्स भी आ गए हैं, लेकिन यदि वो लाउड वॉइस है ना, तो स्टिल एक एक वैसा सेंस भी जाएगा कि जो लाइक नो, फिर वो सेल्फ को भी ऐसा लगता है कि loud voice gives a feeling of confidence too। एंड तो फिर दीज आर माय व्यूज में भी, कि यदि स्टैमर हो तो एक सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन हो जाए कि हमें कॉन्फिडेंस लो फील तो नहीं हो रहा है। फील हो रहा है तो वी कैन जस्ट रियलाइज इट एंड जस्ट ट्राई टू बी काम एंड स्पीक लाउडली।
थैंक यू सर।
ओके, तो शेयरिंग सेशन स्टार्ट किया जाए।
uh, let's give each one of us some time to write, and after that we can share our affirmations if we have written any.
या
Others want me to be happy. Does
Hmm.
that make sense?
Repeat again. I couldn't hear the
So,
whole.
just like I want everyone to be happy, others want me to be happy, you know? So basically, it reframes the like people are judging me. No, no, no. That they they actually kind of like want to help me, want me to be happy, just like I want to help others. Yeah.
So now what we'll do, I will simply give some instructions. You can close your eyes, listen to them, and try to implement them in your head. Visualize those things, um, and then at the end, when I say take 3 deep breaths, then we will log out. I'll simply close the meeting. So towards the end, we will not talk. We will not say anything because it's a good practice to carry the silence of meditation even after the meditation is over. So I hope everybody is sitting in a calm, quiet place, not in some traffic park. So close your eyes, sit straight, take a couple of deep breaths in through the nose and release through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth, and now in through the nose and out through the nose, very slowly. Keep your feet flat on the ground. You can lean back into the chair. Keep your eyes gently closed. Become aware of your weight and the volume of your body, the space your body is occupying. Become aware of that space. Become aware of your weight on the cushion underneath. Continue breathing gently, slowly through the nose. Now squeeze your eyes tight and then let go. Relax your eye muscles and let the relaxation spread to the whole face, forehead, cheeks, jaw, as if you are making a long face, but relax. Now become aware of your palms. If you cannot feel your palms from inside, make a fist, squeeze your fist tight, and then let go, relax. Let the fingers open and let the relaxation spread from the palms to forearm, to elbow, to arms, to shoulder, and to neck. Straighten your neck if need be by shifting your head a little bit to back and raising your chin a little bit so that the weight of your head is evenly distributed on your neck. Now squeeze your chest muscles a little bit, then let it go and let the relaxation spread to your tummy, abdomen, your back. Now bring your awareness to your soles, your 2 feet. Feel what lies under your feet, shoe, slipper, or a cushion, or bare floor, whatever. Feel it through your feet. Squeeze your toes a little bit to become more aware of your toes and your feet, and then let it relax. Now bring your awareness to ankle, higher up to legs. If you cannot feel your left leg or right leg, just squeeze it consciously for a second and then let it go. Now become aware of your knees without moving your legs. Just squeeze thigh muscles for a second and let it go. Then become aware of your knees, thighs, hips, waist. Now you are aware of your whole body. Now pay attention to the air as it enters through your nostrils. Feel the sensations as the air travels in. Incoming air feels a little cold. Feel that cold sensation at the tip of your nose and further in. As the air travels in, you can feel the cold air sensation and also feel belly moving out a little bit with every inhalation. Every time you breathe in, you feel the air traveling in and your chest and belly rising a little bit. Then it goes down and the air comes up to the nostrils. Maintain your focus on the nostrils and this movement of the air. And now mentally repeat without moving tongue or lips. Just say it internally, or rather, listen to the words coming from inside. I am fine. I am doing very well. I love myself. I respect who I am as I am. I have been through much. I have learned from every experience. I am a wiser soul now. I will continue to grow, but I will never criticize myself for my failures because I am doing fine. I will compare myself to no one but to the person I was yesterday and last year and the year before last. I will continue to grow and become better than who I was yesterday. I will accept every challenge as an opportunity to learn and become better. I will continue to grow and I will include others in my growth. I will offer help and receive help. I will take little steps to change things in my control. I am on a long journey, but I will take small steps to change what I can change. Things which are beyond my ability to change, I will accept them and thank them. I will take every setback as a personal honor, a reminder to excel, and as an opportunity. I accept myself totally. I honor myself. I respect myself. I love myself. Now, put your right hand on your left shoulder and left hand on your right shoulder in a hug. I hug myself. I love myself. I honor myself. And I bless myself. Continue breathing. and repeat this thought mentally. Take 3 deep breaths, then slowly open your eyes, go about your work, and try not to talk as long as you can. Good night.